I would probably say the one thing that stuck with me the most, it was probably my first couple of years. I started working a lot with Dave Courier, who was then the owner of the company. And I was on the lot working with some guys, and part of my responsibilities was to deal with walk-in estimates and customers. And I was on the lot, and so they called me up that someone had come in and they had needed some information, was looking for a quote. So by the time I ran up to the front of the office and got up there, Dave was already in there with them. And Dave is in there just selling and selling and selling. He's talking to them, giving them the information, and just really taking the time. He probably spent 20 minutes with these customers. Gave them all the information they needed, really took his time, didn't rush through anything. When he got done with it, I found out it was about a 50-foot chain link job, so a couple $100s at the time. And he sold it to him just like it was, 10,000 feet of Trex. He put in the time regardless of the person, and that was the owner. And that was kind of the big thing that stuck with me that I really liked a lot. That, he took his time, didn't matter the size of the customer, he treated them all the same. My name is Chris Bujold. I work for Dakota Fence. I am the Chief Engineer and Fabrication Estimator, and I've been here since spring of 2010. They hired me as a part-time drafter. I came in as a temp, and then after a couple of months, they offered me a full-time job as a drafter. As the season went on, I also stepped into some residential estimates, residential sales, retail sales, walk-in customers, and eventually I started working with guys out in the fab shop. I ran the gate area for a little bit, and I also worked with the guys in the fabrication area, getting the materials, drawings, and whatever else they needed. Since then, this kind of transferred over to me doing fabrication estimates and running a crew of drafters and estimators in the primary focus of fabrication drawings and estimates for all of our crews. My favorite part about working here is the diversity. My role allows me to touch on pretty much every part of the company. I get to work a little bit with everyone. I work a lot with the crews, the guys in the fab shop, all the coordinators, estimators, and I get to work with all the other branches. So being able to have that diversity every day of not doing the same thing is pretty much my favorite thing I like to do. Absolutely. A really fun place to work. I've liked the experience of all the other employees that I've worked with. The nice thing about here is you get to work with people who have been here for 40 years, for 30 years. And so when you're coming into a new facility, a new position, you've got all this knowledge that you can draw on. You've got all these people who are more than willing to help you out, and it's just a really nice, open family feel. Watching customers choose Dakota Fence. The big thing that's really been driven home to us from the top down has always been to take care of the customer. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, if the job maybe loses a little bit of money or if it's a little bit less profitable, we want to make sure that the customers are treated right. We want to make sure that our product that goes out there is to the quality that's our standard. Maybe not the industry standard, maybe not anyone else's, but our standard. That's something that when I worked with Dave, he really drove home that we wanted to make sure that we did things right, we did a quality job, and the customer was happy when we left.